Several months ago, we introduced a video about the history of the Campus Center building. At the end of that video, we teased a rendering of what the new academic building would look like. Well, with modern technology, we're able to do a lot better than a still image. Using virtual reality, we're actually able to explore an entire structure in a 3D environment. We wanted to give you a better look at what you'll be seeing constructed over the next couple of years, but we also wanted to hear from one of the building's designers. So Dr. Noland and Jeremy Ross got together with Chad Roberson of Clark Nexsen Architects to talk about the structure. Let's check it out.
So it's an exciting day as architects and as the president. We're in the center of campus. And I want to take a moment to talk about what we're seeing now, and maybe Dr. Noland, what you'll see in the future. But Chad, what do you think?
Well, Jeremy, you got ETSU has a building here that's over 5 decades old. One of the most blighted buildings on the campus. And we've got this great opportunity to turn it into something beautiful. What were your thoughts on it?
Well, I'm looking forward to the fall of '26 when students return to campus and have the opportunity to see this brand new building, a building that will literally transform the center of campus, but architecturally will be consistent with Gilbert Hall, the original building at the institution. So I'm excited to see students and faculty engaging in a bright space, 2-story tall glass curtain wall, but literally to take what is a dated building and in the course of a 2.5-year time period to bring something new to life. That's what universities do. They take clay, they mold it, and they make new life from it.
That's tremendously exciting. In fact, when you look at this is the front entrance. But I'm excited about being able to slice through the building in the East-West campus. And I'd like to take a look at that if we could walk over to the entrance.
Let's go.
So Jeremy, we're standing almost at the front entrance of the new building. What does that make you think about, or how does that make you feel when this building's going to be demolished?
Pure excitement. When I see the oldest building on campus, Gilbert Hall, Nix Hall, our oldest residence hall, Carter Hall, that indoor-outdoor connection excites me. And then to imagine, as I start to approach the building and I walk inside, I learned that it's easier to cut through the building than it is to walk around the building. So I'm excited and almost forced, when this is concluded, to see people in their learning centers, their classrooms, teaching labs, and these rich materials coming together. I think it will be dynamic.
Jeremy, you mentioned that classroom space. Give us a quick glimpse of what that looks like.
Well, there's one large one right off the front lobby that we've all been talking about, but to have this large classroom space, 2-story curtain wall, an amphitheater style setting, again, I'm just gonna walk by and see what they're engaging in. I'm truly excited.
My favorite space is the collaboration space, and it would be awesome to go take a look and see where that might be.
Let's go inside.
Yeah.
So Chad, you said you were excited to be in the inside and in this space. What do you see?
To me, this is the most inspired and exciting space that's going to be in the entire building. Inspired by the railroads in Johnson City and the other historical architecture that we have around here, we've reinterpreted those arches that you see on some of the buildings to feel modern and collaborative, and also help to complement the design of the interior of the space.
Absolutely. Dr. Noland, anything you're excited about?
For 50 years, this has been a building with 8-foot ceilings. And in 3 years, it's going to have 30-foot ceilings and glass, and it's just going to transform the campus. I can't wait for it to be here.
Yeah, well, me too. All of that, and you mentioned the reference to the railroads, but to have flying buttresses with wood slats, steel, wood, all these rich materials, and have that sort of industrial past, it's very exciting. I think it links our history in a way we're all going to be proud of.
We can't forget about the connectivity of the exterior and the beautiful landscape that we have right here with all of that glass. It's going to be an awesome space.
Absolutely.
Jeremy, if my memory's right, the space behind us used to be the old cafeteria. Walk us through what that space is going to look like in 3 years.
It's hard to believe this was dining services. And we're out here in the quad and we're replacing steam tunnels. It's a construction zone. I'm thinking giant arch. I think that's right, Chad, isn't it? Big, huge arch, and it relates to our campus, brick materials, that enters that collaborative space you were talking about.
Yeah, and it formalizes the exterior of the building, and it ties it into this outdoor formal quad area that we have. And it'll also, as you walk through the collaborative space, you'll transition down the stairs and you'll connect to this large classroom that you were talking about, and that it also connects to that axis that goes through the middle of the building that we were looking at earlier.
Oh, that's exciting. And who knows, when you talk about food service, I bet someone in that space is going to be drinking coffee or eating a pastry.
We'll see.